folk stumbling, folk trampled. The kid and his turned. As they did so, the began to buckle. Huge ground, trailing fatty guy. The bald head was already out. On the polished double hand. He raised his. They stood up to the bar and whiskeys. Kid laid. The barman come and. "These here's on the jet," he said. They drank. The teamsters. Or he seemed to. The kid looked down the bar. The bar was that tall. But it came. And he stood with fat wife, leaning out to give it. By now, through the door, covered in. They gathered about the posse to the. "Judge, how'd you come to have the goods on that?" "When was you in Fort Smith?" "Fort Smith? Where did you stuff?" "Yes, sir. I reckon you." "I was never in. Doubt that he." They looked from. "Where was it you?" He raised his. There was a. The man looked. Finally began to. Then another. Soon they were laughing. Someone bought the. It had been raining. And it was. He was still standing. And he had. Teamster had gone. The door stood open, and you could see the rain falling in the empty lot behind the hill. He drained his glass and went out. There were boards laid across. Followed the ailing band of doorlight. Fat board stakes at the bottom of the. Another man was coming up from the. At halfway. Thanks. The man before him slightly. His wet hat brim. Even the front where. He held a bottle. "You better get out of my way." The kid wasn't. "I know you discussing it." He kicked the man in the. And went down and got up again. He said, "I'm gonna kill you." He swung with the bottle. He swung again. Back. When the kid hit him, the man shot the bottle inside of his. He went off the. And jagged bottle and tried to stick it in his eye. The kid was fending with. He kept trying to. "Kill your ass." They slogged about. The kid had his. They searched. When the man. Up the man. The man threw down the Bowie knife from behind. His hat had come back and hung about, and he had coat. "Denton's cut," said one of several men on the wall. Kill. Clobbered the man, waiting for. But someone coming down. Great sucking cow. He was carrying it. He reached the. He'd have died. When he woke, daylight. Rain had stopped, and he was looking up into the face of a man with long hair who was completely covered in mud. The man was saying something to him. "What?" said the kid. I said, "Are you quits?" "Quits?" "Quits. Want some more?" He looked at the sky, very high. Buzzard. He looked at the man. "Is my neck?" The man looked out over. "You not get up?" "I don't know. I ain't tried." "I never meant to break your neck." "No. Kill you. Ain't no." Clawed at them. The man was. "There ain't nothing wrong with you." The kid looked about. "Where's my boots?" he said. The man's flakes of dried mud fell from it. "I'm gonna have to kill some son of a bitch. Got my boots." "Yonder looks like one of them." The kid leaped. He slogged about on the yard. "This your knife?" "Looks like it." The kid pitched it. He bent and picked it up. Huge blade. "Thought somebody done stole." He told the knife. The kid found his hands were wiped. They sat there side by side, looking out across the barren line. The picket fence at the lot. Well, a man came. He stopped where they, and then stayed. After a while, he came, stepped off into the can, around, on up. The kid, his head was narrow. It was plastered up.
For some reason, that dude reset. I can't exactly tell you why.
On his forehead were lower.
Guess he was dropping something off. I have no idea.
These markings.
Just kind of weird. Especially with a full card. I mean, look at 26 out of 26. His friends got full too.
When he turned to look, he could see that he stood up, started up, and the kid halfway out of the sat. Logged off, picked something. "I want you to look here. At my goddamn." You couldn't tell what it. He flapped it up. Went on. Kid fought. The dram house was long, wainscot, varnished. There were tables by the wall, spoons on. There were no patrons. The barman looked, entered, and a nigger that was sweeping the room against. "Where's Sidney?" said the man in a suit of mud. "In the bed, I reckon." "Fine," called the barman. Kid looked. fireman had after them. They crossed the hill toward the stairs, leaving varied forms of mud behind them. As they started up the clerk at the desk leaned. "Goldvine." He stopped and looked back. "He'll shoot you." Old Sydney. Old Sydney. At the top of the window light, there were varnished doors down the wall, so close it might have been. Goldvine went. He listened to the last door. Got a match. The kid searched his pockets, came up with a crushed and stained wooden box. "Need a little tinder here." Crumbling the box, he struck a match. He pushed the little pile of, added more matches. "Is he in there?" said the boy. "That's what we're fixing to see." A dark curtain, a blue flame. They squatted in the thin flame. Dark back. Watchers. "Tap on the," said Toadvine. The kid rose. Toadvine stood. They could hear the flame crackling. The kid tapped. "You better tap louder than that. This man drinks some." He bawled. "No fire," said a voice. "Here he comes." "Hot son," said the voice. Bob. He stood owly. Saw them, turned and back into. The man grabbed. "Kick his mouth in," called Toad. "Kick it." The kid stepped past them. Toadvine held him by the hair. "Kick him! Oh, kick him!" He kicked. Toadvine. And he rose. Two spectators standing in the hallway. The door was completely afire, and part of the wall. They went out and down the hall. The clerk was coming up the steps 2 at a time. Toadvine. Toadvine. Out of the hide. The kids. Toadvine. Feet waving his head crazy. He looked like a voodoo dog. The kid looked like. Behind them, looking at the top corner of the hotel, clouds of dark smoke. Warm Texas morning. He'd left the Mexican bordered town, and he arrived there wildly, out of breath. The woman opened the door and looked at him. "Need to get my meat." He wheezed. She looked at him some more, and she called toward the back of the house. He walked. Tethered in the hot, flatbed wagon against the fence with turkeys sitting on the. The old lady at the back door. "Nito! Venga! Hay un caballero aquí! Venga!" He went down the. He found idle. The mule starting. He let it. The mule kept shaking. He let it out to the road. Past the foot on the. He swung. Stopped at. He didn't look. When he passed back through the. Some hold buckets. A few men had horses watching the. And one of the kid rode. He turned as if he'd have the. When the kid looked back, the kid touched up. They went sucking out along the road. Chapter 2. Across the prairie, a hermit, a nigger's heart. Westward again, cattle drove.
I'm listening to this on YouTube, so I'm gonna hope the use of that word doesn't lead to any issues.
A Mexican, another, the abandoned, the dead in the sacristy, at the ford, bathing in the river. Now come days of begging, days of theft, days of riding where he's left behind the pines and dark. It's the night sky lies stars that there is a full. He keeps from prairie wolf cry dawn. A hobbled. The sun that rises, the color of steel. His mouth. He wears on it. They have dried and he looks like a garden. Frightened. Some evening he tracks his fire leak from a dark. He nested away. God. Solitary. Half. His eyes. Upon. He watched. He'd ease down stiffly. A rough wind flapped about. Seen ye smoke, that you might spare a man. The old hermit. He turned and hut followed. Inside darkness. Small fire. Mile of. The old man, his head bent to clear the. He pointed down to. The kid bent and took up the. Dipped and drank. Water was salty, sulfurous. He drank on. You reckon I could water my. The old man, calm, start his eye. Be proud to fetch. Tell me where it's at. Water him. Kid looked at the bucket, around. I ain't drinking after no. Have you not got no bucket in it? No, said the hermit. No, I ain't. Together at his. The kid rose. I'll find something. Where's the well at? Up the hill. Follow the path. It's nigh too deep path. Follow you. I can't. He stepped up. Far to the. He went up the path and found them. A hole in the rocks piled about. A piece of dry hide for cover. Stone. There was a rawhide. The bucket had a rock tied to the tip and lowered it. Back. Mule. He drew up through. Held them. He put the cover back over the path. I thank ye for the water, he called. The hermit appeared darkly. Just stay with me, he said. That's all right. Best stay. Reckon? I reckon. Bring ye back. Hobbled them. There was no. Anywhere. Where's your saddle at? Don't leave it out. He went out. It had been. Get away. He took up the saddle. Now pull that door too. The door.
Someone told me that Brooklyn looks like England on a map. Can someone tell me in what world this landmass looks like England, and this looks like Ireland, and this?
He waved.
I don't even know what the hell this would be.
No.
This looks like Tasmania. Tasmania, if anything. Even then, it's not really that close of a semblance, because Tasmania is a lot bigger than the islands down here. I mean, in real life.
Yes. We got off the road. No, you did. Kid was here. The old man. He turned his head. Not. Wiped his seam of his. I come from Mississippi. I was a slaver. Don't care to tell it. Made good money. Hard. Got sick of Nick. He turned. Kid.
I really don't know how audible this stuff is in the video, like the audiobook in the background.
He passed it.
Typically, I don't like to have. I like to just record with Roblox Recorder just because, like, I like to listen to stuff inside the background when I'm playing this game because I think you can kind of see there's not a lot going on, you know? Just kind of driving my ship around, selling.
The wind in the section of stovepipe that run through the roof.
Just not a lot going on, you know? It helps to have something to listen to, so it doesn't get too monotonous.
That thing cost me